What's going on, guys? I'm Josh from The Collecting Couple, and today we're going to be talking about the Star Wars Celebration 2020 Funko Pops. Welcome back to another video, guys. So this is kind of like a special episode of Funko News, but yesterday they just announced the Star Wars Celebration 2020 Funko Pops. Now, Star Wars Celebration did get canceled this year. It got moved to 2022. But we are still getting the pops that were originally planned for this con. So we have another virtual con from Funko. So we're going to go over all of the exclusives that they announced yesterday. Now, all of the exclusives are absolutely fantastic in my opinion, but we're going to go over the two that are not quite as good in my opinion, but like I said, they are still fantastic. So let's start with the movie moment we have here. This is a moment in the Force movie moment. So this is where Yoda lifts the X-Wing out of the water on Dagobah, a classic movie moment that most people know and definitely all Star Wars fans know and remember. So this is part of the 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back set, and just an awesome movie moment. We definitely will be getting this. And next we have the 10-inch Stormtrooper for the 40th anniversary of the Empire Strikes Back as well. Now, I really do like the Stormtrooper. It is a major improvement from the old Stormtrooper, the original one. I really hope they decide to make this in a regular pop size form one day, because I definitely will be picking it up. But it just looks so cool that I might pick it up, even though we have been limiting our 10 inches in our collection lately. So it's going to kind of go back and forth for me, probably until it actually comes out on what I'm going to do with this pop. But those two are awesome pops, but now let's get into some of the best pops we have from this con. Now, before we get into the pops themselves, I am going to throw some artwork up on the screen here. You're going to see some original drawings by concept artist Ralph McQuarrie. And if you are a Star Wars fan, you probably know that Ralph McQuarrie did a lot of the original concept art for most of the Star Wars movies, and his drawings and paintings are just absolutely beautiful and kind of iconic to a lot of people who have seen them. And they just look absolutely fantastic. You can see like C-3PO here. There's also different ones for Darth Vader. He did them for the entire original trilogy, and they all just look really good, all the ships. And these are honestly things that you could just hang up in your home if you're a huge Star Wars fan. They would look absolutely amazing. So the inspiration for these next pops did come from Ralph McQuarrie's original concept art for these characters. So let's go ahead and take a look. So here are the Funko Pops that were announced yesterday for Star Wars Celebration 2020. So we have 4 pops here. You can see we have Luke Starkiller there at the top, and then at the left we have Chewbacca. On the right we have a Boba Fett, and at the bottom we have Darth Vader. Now, obviously the one that's most recognizable here is the Darth Vader. It is very similar to what ended up coming out in the original film, but the rest of the characters here do not really look like what we know them as now. So let's take a look at some of the original concept art that were inspired for these pops. Let's start with Luke Starkiller and Chewbacca. So here is the original concept art by Ralph McQuarrie, and you can see there are actually several characters in this original drawing. We also have the original Obi-Wan Kenobi, C-3PO, and R2-D2, as well as an original concept for the Death Star in this photograph. So fingers crossed we get C-3PO, R2-D2, and Obi-Wan. That would be really cool to finish this concept art set. But you can see very clearly here at the bottom you have Luke Starkiller. His name used to be Starkiller before it was changed to Skywalker, and that's kind of why Starkiller base exists in The Force Awakens. They kind of reused that name. And then you can see Chewbacca there in the center as well, right above Luke Starkiller. So this is a really interesting concept art, and I think that they translated into pop form very well from the original drawing. And next we have the Boba Fett concept art. Now, obviously, this helmet is very different, not only in color scheme, but also in design from the Mandalorian helmet that we have all come to recognize, especially because of the Mandalorian TV show. But overall, this concept, it looks really awesome, and I think this might have been what had been their inspiration for the pops, because this lends itself over into pop form very well. And matter of fact, I think this original concept of this drawing ended up making itself into Rebels, the TV show. They ended up using this design for kind of the trainer trooper helmets. So that's really interesting that they were able to reuse this design. Finally, my favorite piece of concept art, probably from Ralph McQuarrie ever, is this original concept art picture of Luke Starkiller versus Darth Vader. So you can see here what Darth Vader originally looked like in the original drawings, and like I mentioned earlier, he looks very similar to what he does in the movies now. The only main difference is a couple of different features in the mask, as well as the lightsaber is blue instead of red. And so I think that the Darth Vader pop as well as this concept art are my favorite from the set. So let's get back to the pops. You can see from looking at the original concept art to now the pops that they turned out very well, and that is why I'm very excited about these. I think they look very, very awesome. So now let's talk about where these are all exclusive to. So you can see that the Dagobah movie moment will be exclusive to Amazon. It actually went up for pre-order a couple weeks ago, so we knew that going in. As usual, Target's getting the 10-inch Funko Pop, and they usually get in 10-inch pops. And you can see that Luke Starkiller will be going to FYE, so that should not be a hard grab at all. Darth Vader will be going to GameStop, so that could be a little difficult. Sometimes GameStop exclusives are a little tricky to get. And then we also have Boba Fett and Chewbacca will be on the Funko Shop. Now, I don't know if this will be like virtual cons in the past where they will put everything up on the Funko Shop, because if you don't know, there are con stickers for Star Wars Celebration usually. So these might have a similar release to SDCC 2020. If that's the case, we will definitely be trying to go to the Funko Shop and get all of these there, because these are all fantastic pops, and I would love to buy them all from one place to guarantee that they all come in together and we can do an awesome unboxing video on our channel. So that should be everything you need to know about the Star Wars Celebration 2020 Funko Pops. Let me know down in the comments which of these are your favorite. By far, the concept art series is my favorite from this wave, and I'm just curious if other people feel the same way, but I absolutely love those Funko Pops and I cannot wait to get them in our collection. But that's going to be it for today. We will see you in tomorrow's video, and remember, never stop collecting.